Mom who feels like you don't have enough time to declutter and minimalize things in your house. Maybe you start and you get tiny pockets, but it never seems to get done and you're feeling crushed under the pressure of it. I'm going to answer that today. I'm Sterling Jake with the Catholic Mom Coach, and I got this question in our membership. We have a membership for Catholic moms, and it was a very long post and it was very emotional. And this woman who's a doctor and has 3 young kids, and she was just saying, I just don't have time. I try to do it in pockets of 5 minutes, but then it's just so overwhelming. And she said lately it's really been requiring 2 to 3 hours a month, like this big kind of overhaul, and it doesn't seem like I'm making any progress. So I wanted to address that. I think the way that we often minimalize is very like linear or sequential, in the sense that we go into a room and we think, I'm going to work on this room. But if you're in this kind of situation where you really just don't have very much time, I would really focus on 15-minute sprints. 5 minutes may not be enough. 15-minute sprints. And I would think, what can I get the kids to do to distract them for 15 minutes? Or as soon as I put them to bed, you want to go to bed and you're so glad that they're not up anymore and that you finally get some you time. That's when I convince myself, you know what, kid, push forward, blitz me 15 minutes on the house, then you can sit down and read a book. Okay? So I would expand that time to 15-minute pockets instead of 5-minute pockets. And I would see what I could do while they were eating. We tend to kind of stand around when the kids are eating. I mean, I don't know how many of you are actually sitting and eating breakfast with your kids, but I think a lot of us could use that time better, where we're just like opening a drawer and then, okay, so here's what I wanted to say. Here's the strategy that I would use. I wouldn't even think about drawers or rooms or counters or categories like that, where you feel like there's a start and an end to an area, because that's just going to feel overwhelming. Instead, I would just think, right now for 15 minutes, I'm going to look for things that I can throw away or give away. And then I would like open the drawer and very quickly be like, is there anything in this drawer for me to throw away or give away? No. And then I'd move on to a cupboard, and then I'd move on to the counter and a bookshelf, and right? But I'm blitzing and I have blitz energy. And I'm not making any emotional decisions. If I pick up a thing and have an emotional reaction to it, I put it right down and I move on. But it is incredible how much stuff fit into the category of throw away or give away in some form, like return that to someone, give it to a thrift store, right? Throw away, give away. And if you just blitz that way, you're going to get so much more done than if your brain thinks that you need to do like a whole closet or something like that. The other thing is, particularly for kids stuff, do it when they're sleeping, be aggressive. I mean, we now have very few toys. And I went through many iterations of that, where I would get rid of some and then a little bit more and then a little bit more. And now I just know that they're the happiest with very few toys that have little pieces, just bigger toys, fewer toys. All of the toys downstairs for the 3 boys, who are 5, 4, and 3, can fit in one open tote. So when I say clean up your toys, they just throw everything in the tote. Everything fits there. There's no other specialty way to put something away. And I think we're just so scared to get to that place because we think, oh my goodness, it's so hard to watch kids. They get bored. And we think more toys makes it easier, and the opposite is true. Okay. Now, that will also make cleaning up easier, because as she was describing it, her life was really busy and the kids were in school, and it just sounds like it had kind of a chaotic feel to it, which, by the way, is just what life is like when you have a 5-year-old, a 3.5-year-old, and a baby. Okay? Because children under the age of reason create chaos. Now, we can mitigate that. We can manage it through systems and training, but it's just true. You could not manage your way out of that. There will still be chaos because they do not have emotional regulation and they cannot do things themselves. So having less things will make a big difference. So that's my advice for this mom. 15-minute pockets, choose categories, make no emotional decisions, because that's slowing you down. Come back to that on a Saturday for 2 hours. But now you probably only have to do that once a quarter. So be aggressive. Your peace is not worth the stuff in your house. So Every time I do this, I get more and more aggressive and I enjoy my house so much more deeply. Okay, so if you want more help, come join Masters. I have an entire minimalism program. Go check out my book, Not of This World. It's on Amazon and it's fantastic. And I'm rooting for you. Get rid of more stuff. I super duper promise it will make you happy. Thanks for listening and have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Mom Mindset. To learn more about growing closer to the Holy Spirit, check out our free resources at madeforgreatness.co. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.